It's good to be home. Greetings, Legionnaires. Today I bring you my tactical report on Assassin's Creed Rogue Remastered, an updated version of the game that came back out in 2014. Is this revamped journey worth embarking upon, or is it better left off at the end of an Assassin's Blade? Well, I'll tell you all that and more, with a brief spoiler-free plot synopsis, the highlights, and the shortcomings. You don the hood of Shay Cormac, an assassin in the mid-1700s. The fledgling colonies are your stomping grounds, and the Atlantic begs to be explored. After witnessing a calamity firsthand on assignment for the Brotherhood, Shay's allegiance is broken when he attempts to prevent the assassins from furthering their search for ancient artifacts. A scuffle ensues, leading to him being shot in the back and left for dead. Shay recuperates and eventually joins the Templar Order to root out his former hooded colleagues. Let's begin as always with the redeeming qualities of our foe. Rogue really feels like a faithful continuation of what its predecessor, Black Flag, had to offer. While your time on land is more in line with the other entries in the franchise, it's the sea that is constantly beckoning you. Naval warfare is unmatched here, as the addicting and engaging nature of these conflicts offer the best moments. You can really feel a true sense of progression as you constantly upgrade your ship, the Morrigan, turning it from a minor threat into the truest terror on the seas. Especially when you can tackle the largest adversaries, the man-o'-wars, you feel unstoppable. Slight but significant upgrades have been made to this thrilling formula as well. Instead of throwing explosive barrels off the back of the Morrigan, you now dump rivers of flame, scorching any who dare attempt a sneaky assault from behind. The more focused puckle guns that exploit weaknesses in enemy vessels also feel more powerful and decisive. Other additions like icebergs and thick smoke from your cannons add another realistic flair to skirmishes. To fund the ever-growing arsenal on your ship, the naval campaign returns, allowing you to deploy ships you'd captured previously to take on missions for treasure and profit. This combined with upgradable structures in the various cities means that money is always coming in, but only if you decide to invest in it, which you should, because it takes little time and is intrinsically rewarding. While your time at sea is easily the highlight, Rogue's land adventures provide a welcome dichotomy. Additions like your air rifle and grenade launcher allow you to cause massive panic in mere seconds. To combat the overpowered nature of Shay, a new enemy type known as the Stalkers keeps you on your toes as they can dispatch you very quickly. To locate them, you must utilize your eagle vision and flush them out. Unfortunately, the constant whispers that pop up when one is nearby is a mediocre incentive to silence them for good. While the story isn't the most jaw-dropping, it does a good job of integrating characters and historical figures from past titles naturally. Yes, you do play an assassin turned Templar, but gameplay-wise, it's pretty much the same as previous installments. The setting of the game was a good mix of what Black Flag and Assassin's Creed 3 brought before it as well. The emphasis on the north regions during the winter afforded some new locations that were a welcome sight. Finally, as this was a remaster, I want to point out that the game looks really good. While it doesn't necessarily have natural animations found for things like hair or cloth, it still holds its own with its contemporaries. Every foe has its flaw, and Rogue is no different. It still retains the static combat from previous titles where enemies group around you and die to your blade, one at a time. Oddly, it also has the audio sync issues when executing your final opponent that Black Flag also suffered from. To prevent hand-to-hand exchanges, like I mentioned before, Shay can use one of his many ranged weapons. While I personally enjoy the berserk darts and grenades that cause guards to fight one another, they are quite unfair, shall we say. If used correctly, you never have to get your hands dirty, which again, I like, but some may not. Navigating your character can be tricky sometimes as well. Too many times I tried to use a rope to swing to an enemy ship, or inadvertently ascended a building I hadn't meant to with a nearby pulley. It doesn't ruin the game by any means, but even descending, which had a bigger emphasis in its next-gen counterpart at the time, Unity, is still a matter of, I hope this fall won't kill me, when bales of hay are absent. Other technical issues are present, just like any open-world game, with my personal favorite being glitching enemies, just like this guy right here. Lastly, the modern-day storyline returns, and it isn't great. My biggest pet peeve with the whole series is this continued tie-in to some strange, overarching narrative. Here, they make you walk around with a tablet to solve puzzles. Easily the worst part of the game. All in all, Assassin's Creed Rogue is good. It takes all the things that made Black Flag wonderful and adds on to almost all of its elements. Ship-to-ship firefights steal the show once again, and Shay's personal arsenal gives you many tools for which to dispatch your foes. While the combat and parkour aspects of the game are showing their age a bit, this updated version of the game is worth your attention. Legionnaires, agree with my review? Let me know in the comments below. Also, feel free to like and subscribe if you want to see more videos, or just hit the bell icon so you're notified when another one comes out. If you want to support the show, consider checking out patreon.com/criticalreviews. Thanks for dropping by, I really appreciate it. And just remember to adapt and overcome. Greetings, Legionnaires. Today I bring you my tactical report on Assassin's Creed Rogue Remastered, a revamped version of the game that came back out and oh my god. Or is it better off at the end of an Assassin's Blade? Well, I'll tell you all that and more with my tactical... Oh man, I was doing so well, and then I knew there was this part I screwed up at, and I just can't do it. I need more things! Get the shrimp! Well, I'll tell you all that and more. The brief spoiler-free plot synopsis. The highlights of the shortcomings. Good God! I'll tell you all that and more in my tactical report, replete with the shortcomings, highlights, and brief... Damn it. I screwed it up and I knew it. I knew it in my brain. You can see it in my eyes. I went off script. Keep it going! Check the tape! Where's my phone? Oh, it's right here in my pocket. There we go, first time.